Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Real Estate Tip Tuesday. Welcome, Ryan.
Welcome, Katie. Welcome back, everyone.
Yes, and guys, I just have a quick request. If you're finding value in these videos, do us a favor and reach up and click the subscribe button or the follow button, whatever it is on whatever platform that you are watching us. We really appreciate it. It shows us that you are loving these videos and you're appreciating the value that we bring. So first and foremost, that is our only request, right, Ryan?
Yes, and just thank you all for your positive feedback and support. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Let's dive right into a topic that is something that you and I deal with, fairly frequently. You maybe are dealing with it a little bit more than I am, depending on where the person is in their journey. But let's explore unrepresented buyers. And I actually want to start by issuing a warning to those out there that are thinking about purchasing a home in Arizona and coming in unrepresented. And here it is, Ryan. It's something that I've realized that many people that decide to move forward unrepresented, meaning they don't have a buyer's agent that is there working for them, that is there, looking after their interests. They think that they have a leg up with the seller because there is no buyer agent fee for the seller to perhaps consider paying. So they think, and rightfully so, why wouldn't they think this? Hey, if the seller is paying less to, professional services, then maybe that makes me look better. Maybe I can get a better deal, that kind of thing. And I'm here to share that in our listing contracts here in Arizona, we actually have a field in that document where we can negotiate with our sellers that they actually pay a little bit more of a listing commission for unrepresented buyer situations. And that's due to, I'm not going to go through the laundry list here, but that's due to all of the additional duties that a listing agent will take on with an unrepresented buyer that doesn't have that, Arizona buyer's agent on their end. Have you had any of these conversations, or has any of your borrowers ever asked you in the past that have come to you and wanting to be unrepresented?
Gosh, doing this for 20 years, I've seen it all, and the majority of our transactions, we always do have a buyer's agent, but every now and then, every blue moon, we do have a buyer who decides to be unrepresented. And, we always just try to remind them, if you're looking to make an offer on a home, that listing agent represents the seller's best benefit, not yours. And
Mm-hmm.
without that buyer's agent, there's no one pushing back on price, concessions, credits, even finding comparable sales to make sure you're getting a good deal. So there's a lot that they need to consider.
Absolutely. And the paperwork is a big thing to consider as well. So, two situations have come up for me very, very recently, almost back to back. I'm the listing agent in both of these situations. The first situation, I received an offer from an unrepresented buyer that, Ryan, no shade on her, she did her best, but she went to Google to get a contract. And the contract was maybe 2 or 3 pages long, where our purchase contract is a lot longer. As you know, there are a lot more provisions in there that do help serve as safety nets for both buyer and seller, make timelines more clear, make processes more clear. It's very, very important. Each and every line in our purchase contract is important. But this particular buyer came to me and she was contingent on the sale of not one, not two, but 3 homes. And there was no information about the homes listed in there, no information about the contingencies, how that was going to be handled, when were they going to be sold, any of that we would normally have in our Arizona purchase contract. And I got to be honest with you guys, this was a multiple offer situation. Do you think my seller chose that offer?
No.
Answer's no. So unfortunately, that buyer lost on the house where she thought she was coming in and she had a leg up because, there was no buyer agent commission to be considered by the seller. They would much rather pay a buyer's agent commission to know that this transaction is moving forward as it should, that there are those safety nets involved, that there are those clarities in the contract involved. So that's scenario number one. Scenario number two, again, unrepresented buyers often think that they're going to be saving money as well, because if the seller doesn't pay for the representation, it's usually on the buyers, right?
It is,
So
yes, absolutely. Yeah.
another scenario happened where, again, I'm the listing agent and I receive a contract from an attorney, which is fine. I don't mind working with attorneys. It's not required here in Arizona to have an attorney involved in a real estate transaction like it is in other states. In other states, I know that it's quite common. In fact, when I came from New Hampshire, we sold our house with an attorney, right? This particular attorney, Ryan, again, no shade. I don't want this to be a negative episode, but this attorney did not cover his buyer's best interests. By far did not cover his buyer's best interest. I was reading this, again, very short contract with my chin dragging on the ground. Yeah. And what ended up happening is unrepresented buyer and I connected. We had our conversations. She decided she was going to fire the attorney because, I don't know, I guess I'm better, Ryan. But that's not before she had a $2,500 bill for a crap contract.
Oh my goodness. Ouch.
Yeah. So in this story, this buyer prevailed. She ended up moving forward. She got the house, thankfully, but not without a little bit of pain on her end, not without losing some money on her end that she really didn't need to put up. So there's so much more to this conversation to be had. We're already almost 7 minutes in, and I'm like, oh no, Tip Tuesday is only supposed to be 7 minutes long, so I'm going to cut it here. But just wanted to issue that warning out to you all out there that might be thinking of doing this. I'm not saying that you're, unable to do it. You certainly are able to do that if you choose to, but just know that there are some things out there that you should be aware of. Right, Ryan?
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm so glad we covered this, Katie.
Same. Thank you so much for being here for it. I appreciate it. Guys, if you want to check out any of our previous episodes, we have hundreds over on our YouTube channel. It is at Team EvoAZ. That's our handle. Or you can scan this QR code that is right above our heads here. That takes you to the YouTube channel. Remember to click the subscribe button, guys. We really do appreciate that. On your favorite podcast platform, do a quick search for Arizona Real Estate Radio. There you will find us. Like, download, subscribe, all the things there. And we'll see you next time. Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks, Katie. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Looking for the right home loan can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. Hi, I'm Ryan Gilliam, an Arizona native with 20 years of experience helping families find the best mortgage solution for their needs. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or refinancing, I make the process simple, stress-free, and tailored just for you. I help you access better rates, offer guidance tailored to your goals, and make the mortgage approval process easier every step of the way. Your best mortgage starts with the right partner. Let's make your home goals happen. Reach out today.